are in third place in the NL East. They're over 20 games out of first. The Baltimore Orioles matched up against the Brewers at Miller Park in interleague action, and the game went to extras with the Orioles coming away with the win, the final 4-3. Right now, the Brewers are in first place in the NL Central. They have a small half-game advantage. The Orioles are in second place in the AL East, 5.5 back. The Reds were in Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates, and Pittsburgh was victorious in this one. The score was 5-1. Brandon Compton pitched into the ninth inning and collected the win on the mound. He only allowed one earned run. At the moment, the Pirates sit in third place in the National League Central Division. They're 3.5 games back. The Reds are fourth in the division, 6.5 games back. The Cubbies did battle with the Cards at St. Louis's Busch Stadium, and it was the Cubs who came out on top. The score was 4-1. As of today, the Cardinals are in second place in the NL Central, only a half game back. The Cubs are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Rockies paid visit to the D-backs in the Valley of the Sun, and the Rockies cruised their way to a win, 7-1. Brett Anderson earned the victory on the hill, tossing a complete game gem. Heading into today, the Diamondbacks are in third place in the NL West, 14.5 out of first. The Rockies are second in the division, but they currently hold a spot in the NL wildcard race. The Padres were in the City by the Bay to take on the Giants, and the Giants said bye-bye baby to the opposition, 12-2. Mike Aviles turned in a nice performance offensively with 3 base hits. Julio Teheran earned the win on the mound, his 11th of the year. Right now, the Giants sit in last place in the National League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Padres are third in the division, 14.5 out of first. The Tampa Bay Rays matched up against the Blue Jays at the Rogers Center. The Blue Jays came away with the win, the final 4-3. At the moment, the Blue Jays are in last place in the AL East. They're over 20 games out of first. The Rays are atop the division. They are enjoying a 5.5 game advantage. The Red Sox continued their legendary rivalry with the Yankees in New York, and it was the Yankees who came away with the win. The final was 2-0. Ivan Nova earned the win on the mound, his 11th of the year. Looking at the standings, the Yankees are in third place in the AL East, 13 games out. The Red Sox are fourth in the division, 14 games back. The Minnesota Twins paid visit to the Tigers in the Motor City, and it was the Tigers who prevailed. The final was 4-0. Anibal Sanchez was in total control on the mound as he tossed a complete game shutout. As of today, the Tigers sit in third place in the American League Central, 9 games back. The Twins are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Cleveland Indians took on the Royals at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, and it was the Indians who came out on top. Final score was 5-2. Lonnie Chisenhall was hot at the plate, collecting 3 hits in the game. Zach McAllister was victorious on the mound and picked up his 10th win of the season. Heading into today, the Royals are in second place in the AL Central, but they currently hold a spot in the AL wildcard race. The Indians are atop the division. They hold a comfortable 5-game advantage. The Seattle Mariners visited Angels Stadium in Anaheim to take on the Halos, and it was the Mariners who came out on top, 6-1. Taijuan Walker gave the bullpen a day off, turning in a complete game effort in the win. At the moment, the Angels sit in third place in the American League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Mariners are fourth in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Chicago White Sox visited the Rangers at Globe Life Park in Arlington, and the Rangers came away with the win. The final was 9-1. Justin Masterson was victorious on the mound, turning in an impressive 13 strikeout performance. Looking at the standings, the Rangers are in first place in the AL West. They are more than 10 games ahead of second. The White Sox sit in fourth place in the American League Central Division, 13 games out. The A's did battle against the Stros at Minute Maid Park. The A's came away with the win. Final score was 5-2. Jared Parker threw well enough to earn the victory, his 17th so far this year. He is currently leading the American League in wins. Right now, the Astros sit in last place in the American League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The A's are second in the division, but they currently lead the AL wildcard race. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.